Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of some F1 2020 career mode with Alpha Tauri. Today we're doing episode number 16. It's the finale of season 1. So we raced through this series. I'm going to explain why we've raced through this series in a little bit of a mini channel update at the end of the video where what's going to happen from now on. So stay tuned for that. But yes, if you haven't yet subscribed, we're currently on 182 at the time of recording, so huge thank you to all those who have subscribed recently to the channel. I'm getting through all of your comments as quickly as I possibly can, but I no longer receive notifications every time you comment, so that's unfortunate, but it's the best I'm going to have to do. So please bear with me. You have submitted a comment and I haven't replied. But yes, we're currently on 182 subscribers. We're currently aiming for 200 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you haven't yet subscribed, then if you could, then that would really help me out. It's the big red button underneath the video. But yes, this is definitely going to be our last race for Alpha Tauri. Obviously, I've had a little peek at some of the driver transfers. There's one interesting one that you will be wondering how this has happened, basically. And then there's a couple of others as well, but the drive transfers are not on the scale as they were last year in last year's game. So yes, we're clearly obviously not going to be doing any more updates. We have got some durability updates as well coming from Honda, so hopefully they'll get transferred to Red Bull. Should we get that promotion to Red Bull, we will be looking to negotiate our contract in this video with Red Bull. But yes, so that's pretty much the intro here. Obviously, this will be the last time we get to drive this car, so we're going to switch it for Red Bull. We'll see what we can do, whether we can have a good race. Brazil, of course, is a good race. Now, one thing that, of course, that is still glitched is the email. I mean, that performance makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, considering the fact in the performance index we were actually higher than the Racing Point. So that's another bug. I've also had that bug where if you slow down on the way back to the pits, because I don't want to get the simulation times bug, you slow down on the pits and then the AI car also slows down, which I don't get. So yes, there's lots of bugs in this game. This is just a couple of them. But here we are, the final practice. It's sunny for once in Brazil, which is good. I was hoping that we don't get rain. The race is dry as well. So this is our final qualifying. Can it be a good one? Can we get back into the top 10 as we were through the earlier season? Well, it's not as bad as last time out in the United States. We're down in 13th place, so that's showing some promise. We are, of course, going to be making up time. We're in a Renault sandwich. That banana ahead and banana behind. Both bananas are going well in the straight line. The fastest car in the speed traps, even though they're not the fastest engine on the grid. We have the fastest engine on the grid, and Alpha Tauri. So we're going through the end of the middle sector. We're 10th up in from the first sector. We are catching up to Ricardo. We've got Ocon though, who's going even fast behind us. Is Gasly. So we're sort of in a bit of traffic here, which is unfortunate. I'd probably prefer to be out of the traffic, but which we usually are, but nevertheless, it's just a bit bad timing. We're 2.5 tenths up, almost, as we're coming into the end of the middle sector. Now we need the tow from Ricardo, who's sort of going to hopefully tow us along, get us allow us that Renault top speed to get us the time is going down all the time. We're going to get almost 3 tenths up there. Is it enough for the top 10 though? No, P11, just out. Gasly was 6th place, so there's still the AI are still massively OP in qualifying compared to the race. But oh well, 11th place means we get free choice of tyre. We've got another spare set of softs. Time for the race, for today's Brazilian Grand Prix.
You see, I expected a better session, but these things happen from time to time. Try to make up for it in the race.
Formula One returns to Sao Paulo once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Brazilian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and in 2016, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the two DRS zones will be the key to any overtaking prospects today. And so, for one final time this season, Anthony Davidson joins me in the commentary box.
Well, the winter break is looming once again. I doubt many of those teams already have their eyes firmly on next season. But there's still work to be done here. Still championship positions to decide, which can make a big difference to the prize money. So no one's going to be taking their foot off the throttle just yet.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen and Perez. And Alpha Tauri, Gasly, they've taken a grid penalty. Ocon and Charles Leclerc. Ricciardo, Norris, Alexander Albon and Russell, Giovinazzi, Stroll, Kevin Magnussen and Carlos Sainz. Latifi and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
It's been a long season, but let's try to end it on a high note.
Yes, it has been a very long season, Jeff. Obviously, Emma's still not happy with our qualifying. Switching from personalised to the default, we did have a look at going mediums and softs potentially, but you know what, we're going to stick with it. We're going to go softs and mediums. I think we're high enough not to risk it. Obviously starting from 7th place thanks to all of the grid penalties, so it's not a bad qualifying after all, Emma. As 5 lights are out and away we go, and although it's initially, because bad start, we do of course use overtake down the inside, contact with Perez there, and we do get a warning for collision with Perez there, but we do move up into P5 as we watch now Leclerc, who's sort of down in this race along with the likes of Albon as well. He's stuck in that Renault sandwich. Renault very fastest, the fastest car in the speed trap. As we move to Sebastian Vettel, not sure if he's got some issue there, but we're going down the inside. I mean, Vettel clearly having his pace from FP1 if he's been overtaken by me. This is a simple overtake here. Vettel, I don't know if he was caught a little bit napping there as well in the straight. Looked like to see Kimi though. Having a good race behind us. We watch now our teammate having a battle with Sergio Perez, so that's going to help Kimi out in his final race of his career for Alfa Romeo. There will be somebody new in that team next year. Moving to lap 3 now, we are taking a look at Daniel Ricciardo, who's still behind Charles Leclerc. Unfortunately, he is out of the race with an engine failure in the final event, and that brought out the safety car. So obviously we're going to jump to lap 5. There's no point seeing the safety car. We've seen the safety car numerous times throughout this career mode already. Pretty much whenever, apart from a couple of events, pretty much when everybody retires. We're going to have a look around the outside of Valtteri Bottas into turn 1. Can we do this and spoil Bottas' hopes of a championship? No, we can't. Yes, Bottas has a 9-point advantage, but jumping to lap 10, he's sort of, it's time of the pit-stops race. He's got Verstappen ahead of him. He is catching Verstappen, so don't be surprised if he gets it further to Verstappen and sets the fastest lap. Then that'll be enough for Bottas to stay in. I think he's, if I remember rightly, he's in front by Hamilton, but not by much. There, Bottas is out in front of us, so I'm able to do that there. Medium tyres are going on, 2.8 second stop. That's about average for this game, I'm afraid. As we are now looking at where Vettel comes out, Raikkonen and Leclerc. Leclerc has made very good progress by making the overcut work compared to his competitors who were stuck behind the Renaults, but now he's sort of in free air ahead of that pack that was behind him, and now he's free to attack Kimi Raikkonen, the man he replaced at Ferrari in 2019. And as Norris, Norris did have a problem, but he's actually done the overcut as well, so he's not going to come out in front of Leclerc, but he is going to come out in front of Raikkonen. So that's another place Raikkonen's lost. Vettel's going to have a go around the outside. We're going to defend the inside, and it sort of allows Vettel to get a little bit awkward there. So we look at Norris now. He's gone into the hard tyres, which is ridiculous in a 25% race. He should only be going onto the mediums, basically. Even though that you do more laps on the softs. As we jump to lap 14, Bottas is in front of Verstappen as well. So, and he's got fastest lap, so I think that's enough for Bottas. But obviously he'll be looking to catch Hamilton. He's 3.0 has been ultimately released in this game. Otherwise Hamilton will be 15 light years out. Charles Leclerc has come to join our little battle for this 4th position. Verstappen is sort of gaining a little bit of time, and then sort of we gain a little bit back. So he's sort of stable, really, through this majority of the part. As Vettel has a go far outside, doesn't go there, and loses out to Leclerc. I'm not sure if he understeered wide or what happened here. We're going to replay on board with Vettel, so obviously this is going into the middle sector. He's going to have a look to the outside, obviously. He's just hit us. Obviously he's lost the position out to his teammate, and he's had to come into the pits now to fix that front wing. Well, that's one Ferrari gone, but we've still got the other of Leclerc who's coming up our inside now. We don't make contact this time though, although we do. Leclerc does have another go, but no moving there. We're not refusing to get out this position, as Norris now is really starting to struggle with whatever issue he's got internally, whether it's just a wear, but obviously nothing stopping that Renault in a straight line. As once again Leclerc has another go at us for P4. We're going to hold on here for in front of the Ferrari. The Ferrari has another go. It has DRS moving to the last lap of the Grand Prix, but we maintain our position. I'm not sure. Again, the Ferrari really hasn't struggled. We do have some great units. Obviously that's come at the price of durability in this series, but Valtteri Bottas has won, so that's him world champion, and Leclerc is not going to do it. So it's going to be a fantastic P4 today from 7th place on the grid. What a fantastic end to a great first season.
That's it, what a season. Great work this year, really great work. It's been hard at times, but we've come through.
And so the celebrations begin, and well earned they are indeed. It may have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. Victory today then, but bittersweet emotions I'm sure, as the championship slips through their fingers. Even so, what a fantastic final race of the season this was.
I don't know what Crofty was going on about there, being disappointed. Maybe Hamilton, but 8/10 there. That's the champion. That is definitely a championship going down to the wire there. Max Verstappen, I don't know. He'll have to go back to the drawing board with Red Bull. Obviously, will he be our teammate or will Albon? We'll find out in the next episode. I'll keep the driver transfers a little bit secret, so you got as a sort of a cliffhanger. Gasly, a good drive from him. Recovery, he finished 7th. Norris as well, a good drive. Raikkonen sort of struggled in the second half on the mediums. On the first half, he was like keeping with us, and myself and Vettel, but obviously he got flummoxed on those mediums, didn't really work out. 108 points to finish the season off. Ocon and Perez finish on the same points, but Ocon with that 3rd place finish. Perez didn't get a podium, so he finishes ahead of his former teammate. Obviously, I wish Sergio Perez the speediest recovery this weekend as well. With COVID, obviously, he will be missing the next 2 Grand Prix, so we'll see what Hülkenberg can do. And of course, Lance Stroll and 14, Romain Grosjean as well, and Kimi Raikkonen will of course be retiring after this race, and so there'll be 2 new positions in their teams. In terms of Alpha Tauri, we finished 4th. Renault did well as well. I feel like McLaren, they sort of underperformed at times, so but yes, we'll definitely take P4 in a car that initially underperformed.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Yes.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Well, the start was absolutely good, but then obviously we made it. The horsepower was also great
We
as
all
well.
underestimated you, didn't we?
Well, we underestimated the team. I mean, the car has gone from being terrible to being great in just one season.
How do you feel the competition is for you this season?
It's been great. We've been battling literally everybody throughout this season. Lots of ups and downs, really, throughout this season.
Do you have any comments about the collisions?
No comments about the collisions, Claire. Simple as that.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you for wasting mine. I mean, it would have to. She was on a streak. She was on a 2-race streak of not answering silly questions, but moved up to claim level 10. Hopefully, that's going to be enough for us to get to Red Bull. We're going to fast forward now to our contract renewal. So we're not going to renegotiate with Alpha Tauri. I feel like that their facilities are sort of let us down, especially on the powertrain upgrades, where we got sort of literally not a lot there. We're going to leave them in the lurch anyway. They are the fastest team on paper from Aston Martin, so Honda are doing very good there. Red Bull, excuse me. But they are also have the worst durability because I literally didn't invest anything in there. But the fact of how much progress I mean from what is the lower half of the midfield, the 7th fastest car on the grid, to being the 4th fastest car, closing in on Ferrari. I mean, if we had spent those resource points, we would have been close. We're going to approach now another team. I think we know what team this is going to be. I mean, we won a race, so obviously that deserves us to be promotion to Red Bull. And we're going to ask, well, our market value is 5 million. That's more than the 900k that we had. I'm going to ask for 5.5 million so we can get some driver perks in, and they've accepted that as well. So our perk fund, it doesn't, the money that comes into this fund really doesn't change throughout the season, which is a shame. We're going to have 2 perks, so that's the media coaching and the social media team, which obviously we only see these things very minor. I haven't really seen them anything to do with those on screen throughout this career. Maybe unlocking a few extra answers, but that's really that. But that's the new car we'll be driving from season number 2, the Red Bull car, which we have driven before for Red Bull, and we did win the championship back on F1 2017. And their facilities are much better. The powertrain is there. We're going to repurchase that chassis upgrade. They've done no aero upgrades at all throughout this season. So yes, and there's some durability upgrades which they chose to just leave apart from 2 to protect. So we'll probably invest in some of them. Fortunately though, I can't actually purchase them at this moment in time. There's something weird about that. And then we'll look to do some more engine upgrades, and then probably some more on the Sashi side as well. So that's where we're going to end this season, season number 1. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the channel update, because obviously you would have seen that I've been pushing this series out on the channel over the past week. There's been a reason why. Obviously, if you've been subscribed before July, before basically May this year, you will know that I do actually have a full-time job, and from Monday I'm getting unfurloughed and have to return back to work. So obviously I'm not going to be able to upload as many videos as we have done. I'm thinking about just not disregarding uploads on the weekend. I don't tend to do as well as uploads for during the week, so that's already 2 days down, and then maybe 1 day in midweek. If you don't see an upload, that doesn't not mean I'm not focusing on channel content, because at the same time I've now got to think about modding. The Mighty mod is in its early stages. It's taking a little bit longer than I would like, because there is only the only way to get a custom livery and real life sponsors into the game is through using the RaceNet livery. I was hoping that you could just replace the sponsor logos in the game and it would put them on the car, but it doesn't, so that is disappointing. So that will be coming soon. You guys can still vote for that as well. If I can remember, I'll leave a comment below with the 4 links where you can go and vote, so go and vote. This probably start to try and filming that maybe on Sunday, hopefully, if I can get the mods, maybe do a bit of modding on Sunday morning or something. But yes, we will be doing career mode as well, still going 25% races. I haven't changed the calendar for next year as well, and of course we'll have some game experiments and other stuff. If there's anything else you particularly want to see from this game, then let me know in the comments below. But I'm going to leave it there. If you have enjoyed this series, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see more F1 2020 gameplay as when it comes out. Until the next VR time, take care. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.